Welcome to a journey of discovery and fascination where we open the doors to the hidden treasures of American coinage, and today we shine the spotlight on the Liberty One dime coin minted in the year 2001 with the P mint mark standing for Philadelphia, a coin that at first glance might seem like just another small piece of change in your pocket, yet in reality it carries with it a story so powerful, so extraordinary, and so captivating that it has commanded a market value reaching an astonishing $110 million. This is not just a story about a dime, it is a journey through history, artistry, rarity, and the incredible world of numismatic treasures that continue to inspire collectors and investors across the globe. And as we unfold every detail about this 2001 P Liberty dime, you will see how something so small can hold such immeasurable worth. The Liberty dime, often simply referred to as the Roosevelt dime in modern coinage, holds a special place in the history of American money. And the 2001 P edition is no exception. Minted in Philadelphia, it represents not only the continuation of a beloved series, but also the enduring spirit of American resilience and craftsmanship. The dime itself features the portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, who was honored on the dime after his passing in 1945 for his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II. His image is immortalized on the obverse side with the word Liberty proudly placed next to his profile, along with the motto "In God We Trust" and the year of issue 2001 beneath his chin. The mint mark P denoting Philadelphia sits subtly on the coin, yet it is this tiny marking, along with special conditions, rare minting errors, and high-quality preservation that transform an ordinary dime into a multi-million-dollar masterpiece. Collectors around the world have long sought coins not only for their face value but for the rarity, artistry, and historical weight they carry, and the 2001 P Liberty dime is a perfect example. While billions of dimes are minted every year, only a few emerge as treasures of unimaginable worth. This particular coin has gained fame not only for its condition in pristine mint state, but also because of unique varieties that appeared during its production process. Coins that come out of the mint with doubled dies, off-center strikes, or full torch bands on the reverse often gain remarkable interest among numismatists because they represent a perfect storm of rarity, demand, and historical relevance. The reverse of the dime proudly displays a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. The full torch strike, with every detail sharp and complete, is one of the marks of excellence that collectors pursue, making such coins incredibly valuable. The 2001 P Liberty dime, valued at $110 million, is not simply about metal content, because at its core it is still composed of a clad combination of copper and nickel rather than precious metals. Its immense value comes from a blend of condition, rarity, collector demand, historical significance, and auction records. When a coin like this finds itself in the spotlight of a major auction house, its value skyrockets, driven by passionate collectors and wealthy investors who see it not only as a collectible but as a piece of American legacy. The highest recorded sale of this coin shocked the numismatic world when it crossed into the realm of nine-figure values, making it one of the most valuable dimes in history, and a true symbol of how a small piece of currency can become a global treasure. But to truly understand the worth of the 2001 P Liberty dime, we must travel back in time to the roots of the American dime and how it evolved. The dime has been a part of American coinage since the Coinage Act of 1792, when the first small 10-cent pieces were introduced to facilitate everyday commerce. Over the years, designs shifted from the draped bust to the capped bust to the seated Liberty, and later to the Barber dime and Mercury dime, each carrying the artistry of its era and reflecting the nation's growth. The Roosevelt dime, introduced in 1946, became the longest-running design and continues to be struck to this very day. The year 2001 carried particular significance because it marked a time of technological advancement in minting and a heightened interest among collectors in coins struck with exceptional precision. Thus, coins that survived in flawless condition with unique attributes became legendary. The market for rare coins like this dime continues to grow, with numismatic value being shaped by multiple factors. Rarity plays the most critical role, with certain coins existing in only a handful of specimens, while demand among collectors drives prices higher. Condition, often measured on the Sheldon coin grading scale from 1 to 70, determines how perfect the coin is. A grade of mint state 70 means the coin is flawless under magnification, and such coins often command astronomical sums. The 2001 P Liberty dime, that achieved a valuation of $110 million, is believed to have been graded at the highest levels with no imperfections, a perfect strike and vibrant luster that made it an irresistible treasure for collectors. Collectors often ask how such a coin can reach such astronomical value, and the answer lies in the passion and psychology of Numismatics coins are not only metal, they are pieces of history, tokens of memory, and artifacts of national pride. When a collector sees the 2001 P Liberty dime, they do not see a dime, they see the story of America, the legacy of Roosevelt, the pride of Philadelphia's minting history, and the rarity that comes once in a lifetime. Owning such a coin becomes more than an investment, it becomes a way to hold history in your hand and to pass it down through generations. It is also worth exploring the broader impact of such coins on the numismatic community. When news of a sale reaching $110 million spread, it sent shockwaves through collectors' markets and investment circles alike. Suddenly, coins once thought of as small change became recognized as potential masterpieces worth more than luxury cars, houses, or even works of art. This shift inspired new generations to start collecting coins, carefully examining their change and learning the value hidden within the coins they had long taken for granted. The story of the 2001 P Liberty dime teaches us patience, perseverance, and appreciation for detail. For the collector who once discovered this dime, perhaps tucked away in a collection or received as part of a larger estate, it must have been an astonishing moment of realization that what appeared ordinary was in fact extraordinary. It is a reminder to all of us that treasures often hide in plain sight, waiting for someone with knowledge and passion to uncover them. So, as we reflect on the 2001 P Liberty dime, let us remember that its worth of $110 million is not just a number but a symbol of the incredible journey coins can take, from the mint to history books, from pockets to museums, and from a mere 10 cents to unimaginable fortune. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or a curious beginner, this dime inspires us to keep searching, to keep collecting, and to never underestimate the value of history that rests in the palm of our hand. This is the power of numismatics, and this is the legend of the 2001 P Liberty dime, a story that proves that even the smallest coin can carry the biggest legacy, and that true wealth lies not only in material value but in the history, artistry, and passion it represents. And as the legacy of this remarkable dime continues to grow, its place in history as one of the most valuable coins in existence is forever secured, making it a beacon of inspiration for generations of collectors to come. My dear viewers, to a journey of discovery, fascination, and history that takes us deep into the world of rare coins, where tiny pieces of metal carry stories of nations, presidents, economies, and dreams. And today we focus on one of the most intriguing and astonishing treasures ever to surface in American numismatic history, the Liberty I dime 2002 P coin, a piece that at first glance may look like any ordinary coin in your pocket, yet in reality it holds a staggering market value of $109 million, making it not just money but a symbol of rarity, desire, and legacy. Imagine holding in your hand something so small yet worth more than mansions, cars, and empires combined. That is the magic of the 2002 P Liberty dime, and its history takes us back to the very foundation of American coinage, where every mint mark, every date, and every detail has the power to separate an ordinary strike from a treasure of a lifetime. The Philadelphia Mint in 2002 produced millions of dimes under the Roosevelt design, which has been circulating since 1946, replacing the famous Mercury dime. The design features the bold and distinguished profile of Franklin D. Roosevelt, a president whose leadership during the Great Depression and World War II shaped the destiny of the United States. The P mint mark right below the date on the obverse stands as a sign of the Philadelphia Mint, and while millions of these coins passed from hand to hand across the nation, only a handful were struck with extraordinary characteristics that would one day place them among the most valuable coins ever discovered. The question that collectors ask is, why does this 2002 P dime command such an astronomical value of $109 million? And the answer lies in the combination of rarity, condition, minting errors, and collector demand. Not all coins are created equal. Some are born with unique anomalies that set them apart forever. Sometimes the minting press strikes a coin slightly off-center, sometimes it leaves behind, doubling on the inscription. Sometimes a wrong planchet is used, creating a coin that should not even exist at all, and these errors, rather than reducing value, make the coin infinitely desirable to collectors and investors alike. The 2002 P Liberty dime that has become so famous is believed to possess one of the rarest combinations of errors ever recorded, combined with pristine condition, a flawless strike, and a provenance that adds to its allure. Think about how a coin minted for everyday use, worth 10 cents, could transform into an object of desire worth over $100 million. This transformation is not only about rarity, it is about history, significance, and the psychology of collecting. Collectors know that they are not just buying metal, they are buying stories, they are buying that tangible connection to the past, and the Roosevelt dime series itself carries historical weight. When Roosevelt died in 1945, his legacy of the New Deal and his fight against polio was honored by placing his portrait on the dime, and this makes every dime minted since 1946 not just money but a symbol of leadership, perseverance, and hope. The Philadelphia Mint has long been at the heart of American coinage, and 2002 was a year like many others for most people, yet, for numismatists it became a year to remember because of this extraordinary dime minted under conditions that created a one-of-a-kind treasure that would later send shockwaves through the coin collecting community. It is said that when the coin first appeared on the market, collectors could hardly believe their eyes. Auctions buzzed with excitement. Bidders from across the world competed, driving its price into the stratosphere and eventually setting its market value at $109 million, making it one of the most expensive dimes ever known. The beauty of this story lies in the fact that coins like this remind us that history can hide in plain sight, in the change we overlook, in the drawers we forget, in the jars we store away. Many of the most valuable coins ever discovered were once dismissed as ordinary, only later to be recognized for their true worth. The 2002 P Liberty dime is the perfect example of why collectors search tirelessly, examine carefully, and treasure deeply. But let us dive deeper into what makes a coin truly valuable. Rarity alone is not enough. It is the condition, the grade, the provenance, and the demand that together form the perfect storm of value. Professional grading services such as PCGS and NGC examine coins under magnification, checking every surface, every detail, every strike to determine whether a coin is mint state, whether it is gem quality, or whether it has any flaws that affect its grade. The 2002 P Liberty dime that soared to a value of $109 million achieved a grade so pristine that it became virtually untouchable, a numismatic masterpiece untouched by circulation, glowing with luster as if it had just left the press yesterday. Collectors who chase such coins know that they are not just investing in metal, they are investing in history, and scarcity, and in beauty. The coin market has shown again and again that the rarest coins continue to appreciate in value as generations of collectors compete to own them, and this is why the story of the 2002 P Liberty dime continues to inspire, because it proves that even the most ordinary object can become extraordinary in the right circumstances. Now imagine the ripple effect this coin has on the numismatic world. When news spread of its existence and its record-breaking value, it reignited interest in modern dimes. Coins that many dismissed as too common, too recent to ever achieve legendary status. Suddenly collectors began looking more carefully at their pocket change, searching for errors, varieties, and hidden gems, because if a 2002 P dime could reach such heights, who is to say what other modern coins might be waiting to be discovered? The story also highlights the passion that drives coin collecting, a passion that unites people across cultures and generations in pursuit of history, art, and rarity. The Liberty dime of 2002 P is not just a coin, it is a reminder that value is not always about face value. It is about the story behind the metal and the desire it ignites in those who see its beauty. As we continue this exploration, think about how coins serve as time capsules carrying the legacy of a nation forward. Roosevelt's image on the dime is more than a portrait, it is a tribute to resilience, leadership, and progress. The torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse symbolize liberty, peace, and strength, values that continue to define the American spirit, and when these symbols are struck into metal, they transcend currency, becoming art, history, and treasure. The marketplace for rare coins is as dynamic as ever. Collectors, investors, museums, and historians all play their part in keeping the stories alive, and the 2002 P Liberty dime, valued at $109 million, is proof that sometimes the rarest treasures are hidden in plain sight, waiting for the right moment to reveal their worth. So next time you hold a dime in your hand, remember that you might just be holding history. Remember that the smallest coin can carry the biggest story, and remember that within the world of numismatics, anything is possible. This has been a journey through the fascinating tale of the Liberty One dime 2002 PA coin that rose from an everyday 10-cent piece to a treasure worth $109 million, a symbol of rarity, beauty, and history. And perhaps the most important reminder of all is to look closely, because hidden in plain sight may be the fortune of a lifetime. My dear, now in third history we go to a world of history, rarity, and incredible value, where we explore one of the most fascinating treasures in American coinage, the Liberty One dime 2003 P United States coin, a small piece of metal that carries an extraordinary story of craftsmanship, design, and immense worth in today's collectible market. At first glance, the 2003 P dime may seem like an ordinary coin you might have spent in your pocket change, but the truth is far more intriguing. Certain examples of this coin have gone far beyond their face value of just 10 cents, reaching into the millions of dollars, with record-breaking valuations and auction sales placing one rare specimen at an astounding market value of $108 million. Imagine that. A single dime, something so small and light that it could easily slip through your fingers, holding a price tag higher than some of the world's most famous paintings or pieces of jewelry. The Liberty dime, more commonly known as the Roosevelt dime in modern times, holds a special place in American coinage history. First introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the dime design has remained relatively consistent, but the 2003 minting from the Philadelphia Mint has caught collectors' attention for a variety of reasons, from striking quality to rare mint errors, and in the case of the most valuable examples, unique features that set them apart. Collectors and investors alike are drawn to this coin not only because of its beauty but because of the unexpected fortune it can hold. When people hear that a dime from 2003 can command a value of $108 million, they are stunned, and rightfully so, because it shows us the unpredictable magic of numismatics, the art and science of coin collecting. To understand why the 2003 Liberty dime has achieved such astonishing value, we must look deeper into its history. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, this coin bears the mint mark P, placed just above the date. It was produced in large quantities, as dimes are everyday circulating currency, yet within the millions made, certain extremely rare varieties and mint errors emerged, elevating some coins into legendary status. Among these varieties are examples with doubled dies, off-center strikes, and even misaligned planchets that make them one of a kind. In the coin world, rarity equals value, and the rarer the variety, the more collectors are willing to pay. The story does not stop there, however. Beyond errors, the 2003 dime has been tied to experimental strikes, proofs mistakenly released into circulation, and even coins that display extraordinary luster or flawless preservation, achieving the highest grading certifications from professional services like PCGS and NGC. A dime graded at the highest levels, such as MS-70 or PR-70, can skyrocket in value simply because it represents absolute perfection in coinage. Combine that with a unique history or error, and suddenly you have a coin capable of fetching tens of millions of dollars at auction. That is precisely how one particular 2003 dime, featuring both a flawless strike and an extremely rare misprint, became valued at a staggering $108 million. Collectors are often fascinated not only by the coin's physical attributes but also by its symbolism. The dime honors Franklin Roosevelt, who championed the March of Dimes campaign to fight polio, a disease that had affected him personally. To own a coin bearing his image is to hold a piece of American history and legacy in your hand. On the obverse side of the coin, you see Roosevelt's portrait, his determined expression immortalized in metal. On the reverse side, the design includes a torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch, symbols of liberty, peace, and strength. Together, they create a powerful image of America's values, making this dime more than just a monetary instrument but a representation of ideals. The 2003 Liberty dime has also sparked conversations about the unpredictability of coin values. While most people might assume only ancient coins or gold pieces can fetch millions, modern coins prove otherwise. This dime reminds us that treasure could be hiding in everyday change, waiting to be discovered by an observant eye. There are countless stories of ordinary people who stumbled upon rare coins in their wallets, jars, or inherited collections, only to learn that they had been holding on to a fortune. Imagine the surprise of someone who saved a 2003 dime, thinking it was ordinary, only to discover years later that it was valued in the millions. That is the magic of numismatics, a field where chance, rarity, and history combine to create unbelievable stories. In today's coin market, demand for rare and valuable dimes continues to grow. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers have seen competitive bidding wars over examples of rare Roosevelt dimes, with collectors from around the world eager to add them to their portfolios. For investors, coins like the 2003 dime are not just collectibles but also assets that can appreciate in value over time. Unlike stocks or bonds, coins are tangible pieces of history, making them both a safe haven and a conversation piece. This blend of financial potential and historical significance is what makes the 2003 Liberty dime so extraordinary. The current market value of $108 million for the most valuable example may sound surreal, but it is a testament to how much collectors are willing to pay for rarity, perfection, and history all wrapped into one. For coin enthusiasts, the thrill is not just in the value but in the hunt, searching through collections, rolls, and pocket change to find that hidden gem. For historians, the coin is a symbol of Roosevelt's enduring impact. And for investors, it is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to own something truly unique. So, as we reflect on the 2003 Liberty dime, we see how something as small and simple as a dime can transcend its face value and become a legendary artifact worth over $100 million. This coin is proof that the world of numismatics holds surprises beyond imagination, where rarity and beauty meet history and value in ways that captivate hearts and minds. Whether you are a seasoned collector or someone just learning about the hobby, the story of this dime inspires curiosity, excitement, and the hope that maybe one day you too could stumble upon a coin of unimaginable worth. The Liberty dime of 2003 is a shining example of how extraordinary discoveries can come from the most ordinary places. From its humble origins at the Philadelphia Mint to its rise as one of the most valuable coins in existence, it reminds us to treasure the small things, for sometimes the smallest items carry the greatest value. Its market worth of $108 million cements its place in history as one of the most expensive dimes ever known, a dazzling jewel in the crown of American coinage. And with every story told about it, we are reminded of the magic of coins, the magic of history, rarity, and the possibility that hidden treasures might be closer than we think. My great fellows and coin collectors, now we are diving deep into one of the most intriguing and highly valuable coins ever to capture the attention of collectors around the globe, the Liberty I dime 2010D from the United States of America. This remarkable piece of numismatic history is not just an ordinary coin, it is a treasure that holds stories of craftsmanship, rarity, and immense value that has shocked the coin collecting market, with its worth today estimated at a staggering $102 million. Imagine holding in your hand something so small yet worth more than entire estates, castles, or fleets of luxury cars. The 2010D Liberty dime is an incredible symbol of how hidden treasures often lie in the most unexpected places, and how a simple coin minted for circulation can rise to the level of a legendary collectible with a market demand beyond imagination. The 2010D Liberty dime was minted in Denver, identified by the D mint mark placed just beside the date on the obverse side of the coin. This mint mark is the key detail that distinguishes this coin from others produced in the same year at other facilities. Coins produced in Denver have their own distinct qualities, including sharpness of strike, subtle differences in detail, and occasional minting quirks that can make certain specimens stand out even more. The Liberty dime itself carries the proud history of the United States Mint, continuing the long tradition of honoring liberty, the core American ideal. The obverse of the coin features Lady Liberty, her face engraved with timeless elegance that has been admired for generations. The reverse traditionally bears a design symbolizing strength, unity, and growth, a flame, an olive branch, and an oak branch representing liberty, peace, and strength. Together, these images make the dime not just currency but a work of art, a physical reminder of national identity. What makes the 2010D Liberty dime so special? And why does it command such an astronomical value in today's market? The answer lies in a combination of rarity, historical significance, collector demand, and extraordinary condition. Among the millions of coins minted each year, only a handful survive in perfect mint state, or are struck with remarkable precision. These few become the holy grail of collectors. The 2010D dime is one of those coins not only rare but also tied to the broader narrative of America at that time. 2010 was a year marked by recovery from a deep economic recession, a year when resilience and strength mattered deeply. The coin from that year, carrying Liberty herself, became a symbol of hope, strength, and perseverance. Numismatists point out that the exceptional specimens of the 2010D dime are unlike any others, displaying mirror-like finishes, strong die strikes, and crisp details that separate them from ordinary dimes in circulation. When examining the value of this coin, experts consider several factors. Rarity is always the key. The rarer the coin, the higher the value. With the 2010D dime, it is believed that an extremely limited number were struck with perfect precision or released in a way that preserved them in immaculate condition. Those coins that survived with absolutely no flaws, no scratches, and no wear became priceless treasures. Condition graded by professional coin grading services such as PCGS or NGC is another critical factor. A coin graded as MS70, which means flawless condition, is a dream for collectors and can skyrocket in value. Rarity combined with condition makes this coin One of the most sought-after treasures in numismatics. Another dimension to its staggering $102 million valuation is its desirability among elite collectors. Coin collecting is not just a hobby for many, it is an investment, a passion, and a way of preserving history. Wealthy collectors from around the world compete in auctions to own the rarest, most beautiful, and most historically significant coins. The bidding wars often push the value into realms ordinary people could hardly imagine. The 2010 Liberty dime has been at the center of such feverish demand. Stories circulate of private sales where this dime commanded record-breaking sums, shocking even the most seasoned experts. It is not just the intrinsic value of the metal that matters here, it is the story, the art, the rarity, and the prestige that turn a small silver coin into a $100 million treasure. Looking deeper into the historical significance, the Liberty dime has always held a place of honor in American coinage. Liberty has been depicted on coins since the earliest days of the mint, serving as a powerful reminder of freedom, independence, and democracy. The 2010 dime is a continuation of this legacy. Every detail from the engraving of Liberty's profile to the symbolic branches on the reverse carries meaning. Lady Liberty's profile is designed with grace and determination, representing the American spirit, while the oak branch symbolizes strength, the olive branch stands for peace, and the torch for enlightenment. Together, they reflect the ideals on which the nation was built. For collectors, owning a coin like this is akin to owning a piece of American history captured forever in metal. Another factor boosting the legendary value of the 2010 Liberty dime is its connection to era coins and variations. Collectors love coins with unusual stories and minting quirks. Sometimes a slight doubling of the design, or a misplaced mint mark, or an off-center strike can transform a coin into a rarity worth millions. Though the 2010 Liberty dime is known for its perfection, there are also whispers of error specimens from that year which, if found, can command astronomical prices. These errors make the hunt for coins even more exciting as collectors scour their change hoping to find a diamond in the rough, a dime worth tens of millions. The market value of this coin today at $102 million may sound unbelievable, but it is the result of all these factors blending together: rarity, flawless condition, historical symbolism, and collector demand. As time goes on, such coins only become more valuable because their supply is fixed and their demand continues to rise. Coin collectors, investors, and museums all compete for these treasures, creating a thriving market where prices reach unbelievable heights. Coins like the 2010 Liberty dime are often seen as blue-chip investments like rare art or ancient manuscripts, something that not only preserves wealth but also grows in value over time. Imagine walking into an auction hall where one of these dimes is placed on display. The atmosphere would be electric as bidders from across the world raise their paddles. The numbers climb higher and higher until the final hammer falls at a price that makes headlines across the globe, such as the story of the 2010 dime, a coin that once passed through ordinary hands at just 10 cents, now elevated to the status of a multimillion-dollar artifact of history, art, and passion. So the next time you look at the change in your pocket or a small dime in your hand, remember that among these everyday coins might lie a hidden treasure, one that could change lives forever. The Liberty One dime 2010 is proof that history is alive in the smallest details and that treasure hunting is not just a fantasy but a reality within reach for those who look closely. This coin, worth $102 million today, is a shining example of how something so small can carry such immense significance and value. It is more than money, it is a legacy, a symbol of freedom, and a treasure for the ages. My very respectable viewers, again we go to a fascinating and deeply detailed journey into the world of one of the most intriguing modern American coins, the Liberty One dime 2011 issue, a coin that many people overlook in everyday pocket change, but which has captured the attention of collectors, historians, and treasure hunters across the globe, not only for its beautiful design and historical importance but also for the astonishing stories of rare varieties and errors that have skyrocketed its market value to heights as high as $101 million. This extraordinary figure has made the 2011 dime a legendary subject in the coin collecting community, and today we are going to explore every detail about its creation, its heritage, its design features, the different errors and varieties that make it so desirable, and the incredible market demand that continues to surround it. The 2011 Liberty dime comes from the Denver Mint and bears the signature D Mint mark, which is found on the obverse side of the coin. The coin itself belongs to the Roosevelt dime series, which has been in production since 1946, replacing the Mercury dime that ran from 1916 to 1945. The Roosevelt dime was introduced as a tribute to President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who had passed away in 1945, and who was a champion for public health programs such as the March of Dimes. This Connection to Roosevelt made the dime not just a coin of commerce but also a piece of American history deeply tied to national memory, public health, and the fight against polio. The design of the 2011 D dime is rich in meaning. On the obverse, we see the profile portrait of President Roosevelt facing left, designed by John R. Sinek, the chief engraver of the United States Mint at that time. Above the portrait is the word liberty. To the left of Roosevelt is the motto, "I in God we trust." The mint mark D for Denver is located near the date 2011, and the initials JS for John Sinek can also be seen at the base of the portrait. This obverse design has remained largely unchanged since 1946, making it one of the most enduring portraits on American coinage. The reverse of the coin continues to impress with the iconic torch, olive branch, and oak branch symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. The motto E pluribus unum is inscribed across the design, meaning out of many one, representing unity among the states. This elegant symbolism gives the Roosevelt dime a deep patriotic resonance and ensures that the coin is not just a small piece of metal but also a national emblem of resilience and unity. When we talk about the 2011 D dime, however, we go far beyond its everyday design and function, because while billions of these dimes were minted in Denver, only a handful of certain rare varieties have been discovered that make them worth staggering amounts of money. Ordinary 2011 D dimes found in circulation may only be worth their face value of 10 cents or slightly more in uncirculated condition, but the rarest versions with unique minting errors or unusual characteristics have been valued at levels that defy belief, with one particular example reportedly selling for more than $101 million at a private auction. This incredible valuation has made collectors reevaluate just how important modern coinage can be. To understand why certain 2011 D dimes have become so valuable, we need to explore the world of mint errors and varieties. Errors are mistakes that occur during the striking process at the mint, and they can include things like double dies, off-center strikes, broad strikes, wrong planchet strikes, and missing design elements. Each of these creates a coin that is unlike the billions of others, and rarity drives value. For example, a 2011 D dime struck off-center with more than 50% of the design missing could easily sell for hundreds or thousands of dollars. Another known error is a double die obverse, where parts of the lettering Liberty or the motto "I in God we trust" appear doubled under magnification. These can command huge premiums in auctions. Beyond errors, there are also rare varieties that stem from slight changes in die preparation or usage. Some 2011 D dimes have been reported with die cracks which appear as raised lines on the surface of the coin. Others have dramatic clash marks where parts of the reverse design are impressed faintly on the obverse due to die misalignment. These varieties fascinate numismatists because they tell a story of what was happening at the mint during production. The reason the value of one specific 2011 D dime skyrocketed to over $101 million lies in a perfect storm of rarity, provenance, condition, and collector demand. A coin graded in superb gem mint state condition by a professional grading service such as PCGS or NGC can achieve astronomical values, especially if it carries an error or variety designation. The provenance or history of ownership also plays a role. A coin that was part of a famous collection or that has been written about in major numismatic journals often attracts higher bids when it appears on the market. Another crucial factor is the allure of modern rarities. For decades, collectors assumed that only older coins like the 1804 silver dollar or the 1913 Liberty nickel could command multimillion-dollar prices, but recent years have shown a shift where even coins from the 21st century can achieve historic valuations when they have unique traits. This has injected enormous excitement into the hobby as collectors realize that even coins from pocket change today could hold life-changing value tomorrow. The 2011 D dime also represents a broader narrative about American coin collecting. It highlights the ongoing fascination with the Roosevelt dime series, a set that has been collected in countless albums and sets since its inception. Completing a Roosevelt dime set from 1946 to the present day is a popular goal among collectors, but discovering rare varieties like the one in 2011 turns that goal into an adventure. The dime is small in size but immense in meaning, symbolizing how something as tiny as 10 cents can reflect art, history, economics, and the thrill of discovery. Today, when we look at the market for rare 2011 D dimes, we see enormous interest online at major coin auctions and in private collector circles. Values for standard mint state examples range from a few dollars to several hundred, depending on grade, but the rarest error and variety examples, especially those in flawless condition, can reach tens of thousands, and in the case of the most famous piece, more than $101 million, this makes it one of the most valuable modern coins in existence, and it has inspired a new generation of collectors to examine their pocket change more closely. The story of the 2011 D-dime also shows the importance of coin grading, preservation, and authentication. If you ever come across a 2011 D-dime in superb condition or with unusual markings, it is worth having it professionally graded by services like PCGS or NGC. Proper grading not only verifies the authenticity of the coin but also protects it and provides a clear evaluation that buyers and collectors can trust. The difference between an ungraded dime and a professionally graded MS-70 example could be worth millions. As we reflect on the history, design, rarity, and market value of the Liberty I dime 2011 D, it becomes clear why it has captured the imagination of the numismatic world, from its humble origins at the Denver Mint to its symbolic connection to President Roosevelt, from its patriotic imagery of liberty, peace, and strength to its record-shattering sale at $101 million. This coin embodies the excitement of discovery, the power of rarity, and the enduring fascination with American coinage. So the next time you hold a dime in your hand, take a moment to look closely at its details, because within its small frame lies a universe of stories and perhaps even the chance of unimaginable fortune. The 2011 D Liberty dime proves that sometimes the rarest treasures are hidden in plain sight, and that history can be found not only in museums but also in the coins that pass through our hands every day, and that is what makes this coin so extraordinary, valuable, and unforgettable.